super fun topic for today, brothers. Super fun topic. The topic of man-child. What do you think when you're thinking and hearing this word of man-child? Is it someone who cannot really take pretty much responsibility for himself? He do not really have a job, or I mean, he's financially not independent from their parents. He is not able to make decisions by himself. He is somehow trapped in a reality from childhood. He had the dreams, but somehow the actions to actually get to those dreams, he's just somehow missing them. And me personally, a man-child looks like the following. A guy's 32, living in her mother's basement, no stable salary or whatever kind of financial security, which could be basically securing him and making him independent from their parents. No relationships, so he doesn't really have friends whom he could rely on. He doesn't really have a girl in his life or a stable relationship, and mostly he's spending his time distracting himself from the true fucking sad reality that he's a man-child and have a miserable fucking life. At least I've been looking up for this term on the internet, and I've been checking out other videos too about this, and this is how other people are seeing man-child. At least what I've seen, but please correct me if you do not see it like that. And so I just wanted to talk about this topic because regarding to one of my videos, regarding to me personally, one of you guys whom I highly fucking appreciate, I appreciate you, brother, I'm telling this in this video, came up with the idea that I am like a man-child. And so I wanted to reflect on this, and I wanted to make this video as first a reflection regarding to my state and how do I think and account this of me being a man-child. To bring a little bit of not necessarily scientific but more of a rational background over here under the discussion. This is what I would love to do over here. So I do believe, because we didn't really have a longer discussion regarding to this, is that my brother out there, man, that I'm a man-child because I am living in a fantasy world. And so first, that I'm living in a fantasy world of chasing ideas from the self-help world and some Jordan B. Peterson-istic endeavors to live up to. And so this is A. B is that I am currently isolated from society. So I would like to reflect, and please, brother, if you're watching this, please tell me all the other points that you've been thinking about this, because I would like to reflect on this. So A, what do I think about that is that we do have this self-help world. Yes, I'll be honest with you, in years of 2020, 2021, I've been reading quite much, one book a week. I've been reading around, not necessarily one book in every, basically 2 books in every 3 weeks. So I've been reading a lot. I was a fucking bookworm. I was back still in university and didn't really have anything else just to study and, do whatever the fuck I want to do. I do the same now too. But the point over here is that I was reading a lot, and most of those books were around self-improvement. And I was reading many books. And yes, I read books like I read books from Tony Robbins. I read books from I read the Napoleon Hill book of Think and Grow Rich many freaking times. I think that the content the context is freaking ridiculous. If you're reading then it's like freaking ridiculous. But the actual mindset that he does have is extraordinary. And again, that's a freaking bestseller, one of the all-time bestsellers out there. And many other books. And I've been reading also other books. I've been also reading the Jordan B. Peterson's book. I've been reading Atomic Habits, many Stoic books, around like 5 Stoic books, regarding to habits, regarding to economics, and so on and so forth. But mostly my favorite topic is self-improvement. I'm not hiding this. I started reading and I fell in love with reading when I was around 16, 17. I started reading all of these personal finances books and so on and so forth. So basically, yes, I do have a background regarding to self-improvement. And I would like to extend upon this. So, firstly, I wanted to extend that, yes, and self-improvement is a fucking BS. And this is a fucking lie. Let me tell you why. And this is a thing that I'm not in alliance with, and this is how I would like to distance myself from the shit as far as I humanly can. Because self-improvement about this. Hey brother, you're suffering now, so therefore put your act together. Here is an example from A, B, C, D, who was 55 years old when they started their first business. They were 200 pounds overweight, and they made it in life, so therefore you can do it too. And so this thing, self-improvement books do make you feel good about yourself, and gives you the hope that, hey man, like, you can do it too. Which in, yes, some places fucking true. And brother, I will be telling to you, fucking, yes, I didn't really have people in my life, and I was reading self-improvement books, so therefore I can put myself out, I can lift myself out from the BS, from the horseshit that I've been at. Because yes, I had a horrible fucking teenager period of my life, like horrible. I will not, this is not the video for that. But the point over here being is that what I've been blessed to realize is that self-help books are all around like, hey, you are here now, and in the future somewhere when you will be achieving something and you will be getting to a different place, then you will be good. Which is fucking not true, at least what I've been blessed to experience throughout this journey of monk mode. Which we will be getting to the second quite soon to this point too. And so what I've been blessed to realize is that before I've been doing sports on this crazy fucking level that I'm doing it now, I was like, man, like when I will have this six pack abs, I'll be so damn good and so damn happy, you know. All the girls will be just all around me. I'll not have any self-confidence problems. Everything will be great. So basically all of my problems will be solved. All of my financial problems, all of my insecurity problems, all of my relationship problems, everything will be solved just because I'll have these six-pack abs. By the way, little disclaimer over here. This is how you are buying some bullshit course over the internet. This is how people do sell this. And these are the 3 big selling points, by the way. Wealth, health, and relationships. Six-pack abs, have a beautiful girls, and have a mansion or Lamborghini. These are the 3 selling points, by the way, the big ones. By the way, getting back to the initial course of the topic. If you are getting to some place, so I just realized that now I'm that place. I was looking at the mirror yesterday and I was like, man, you motherfucker, you look good. That's like, you know, like in both in a hey man, I'm feeling good about myself way, and both in a hey man, yeah, like this is like objectively a fucking beautiful body what you do have. And like, yes man, like I'm doing 3 hours of sports. this is my favorite, this is my hobby currently, basically. So but a point over here that what I've been able to realize is that, man, like I'm there, but nothing fucking happened. I'm still the same fucking person. I still have the same fucking troubles. I still have the same fucking issues. I still have blue fucking days. If you're following me, you can see. And yes, man, you're not solving yourself by just getting to a place with self-improvement and solving that. The same will happen. Currently, my financial goal is to build up my business to bring in $100,000 of profit, owner's profit, to my account every single month. And so when I will be there, I think that, hey man, like I will not have any issues. And I'm pretty much waking up every day and looking around like, bro, like mostly you will only to run the business, not to improve it, but just to run it. You will only have to make a few fucking calls. That's it. Run a few ads, like nothing too much. You're already there pretty much with the freedom shit. you don't have at this very moment the money to buy the Lamborghini, but you know, something like that. So with the self-improvement world and the self-help world, yes, man, like there are the people out there. There are these authors and there are these this tendency out there to just simply think that, hey man, like in the future you will solve that thing and you're supposed to be feeling good about yourself. And yes, that might be true, and yes, I do believe that could happen at some moments when you're like low as shit, you're reading a bit, you're feeling good about yourself. Now all of a sudden you will have a little bit of motivation to do something. Maybe you do something, maybe you have a little bit of success, maybe you will start growing and you are just somehow getting yourself out of deep depression. Maybe this is an idea. But on the other hand, what I do believe and what I do stand up for on this channel is that is horse crap if you want to get to another level, because this shit advertises you that, man, you're supposed to be getting to a place and you will be happy there, which is, I do not fucking believe this. And this is why I've been getting in so deep into this monk mode, which is the second part that I would like to touch upon. That, hey man, I'm isolating myself from society, so therefore this might be a reason for me being a man-child. Man, just a little bit of my background. So basically, two years ago, there was COVID time over here in the city. I came back and we threw the biggest fucking parties, you know. Government was restricting the maximum capacity of people who can gather at one place in one room to 10, and we had parties when we had 150 people. And I was one of the main organizers and the main DJs, you know, like girls and people, and everyone was around me like this, like, please king, take me. And I'm not, and I do not want to talk about this in a bragging fashion, but I wanted to tell you that I did really have a very fucking prosperous social life 2 years ago. And so what have happened is that I still got this itch inside of myself that, man, I really want to be an entrepreneur, but I'm spreading myself too wide, you know, like I'm DJing, I'm a music producer, I'm kind of hey man, I'm kind of running some dropshipping businesses on the side. Hey man, I'm kind of going to university, but not really. I'm also reading and writing, and I'm kind of a hobby philosopher and also doing sports. Like, man, like what the fucking hell are you doing? And so that's exactly what I've been what I could come to realize is that that's the exact place of a child. You do have 100 fucking directions, and you're pulling yourself towards all these directions because you cannot decide. Because you do not have the fucking guts to say that, man, yes, I will become an entrepreneur, which I always fucking wanted to be, which means A, music, my loved fucking one, my only fucking love in this damn life, music, burning, throwing into the fire, DJ life, when girls are all around you, buzzing all around you. Maybe few of you know the feeling when at a party, the hottest girls, the hottest girls and the coolest dudes are all around you. They are like on your shoulder and on your, you know, they're like hugging you and all the shit. It's like, man, like, please put me on this song, you know. And you're like, maybe, you know, maybe somewhere, maybe. And they're just begging, and they are like, this is what is called status. So I've been blessed to experience that shit too. And so that means that is over, brother, because you're not building such an endeavor, because you are getting into hardcore sales and marketing. So it's like not like when you're talking with the general contractor guys out there, they're not like, hey man, please put me on my next now. No, motherfucker, can you make money or not? Can you make me money or not? Because if you can't, then fuck off, brother, fuck off. I don't care, fuck off. And yes, bro, if you're doing cold calls also, which I've done a lot, there's a place, it's like, bro, out of 100 calls, fuck off. Fuck off, 5 out of 100 calls, fuck off, thank you, but no. So on and so forth. So, The actual point over here being is that you are a child when you have all these directions, when you're pulling yourself towards all these directions, and you're just simply like, hey man, like, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a student, I'm a musician, I'm this, I'm that. But at the end of the day, I'm fucking nothing, because I'm doing all of them, and I can just fall back to the reason, and I can just fall back to the identity that, hey man, if my newest dropshipping store, which I spent 2 hours building, and I hope that it will make me 100k, is not working, really, it doesn't work, really? You didn't become a millionaire like this? Oh my god, oh my god. And then you can just simply fall to your next identity, that, hey man, don't worry, I'm a DJ. Okay, DJing sucks. Oh bro, don't worry, I just got another product idea. So I'll be going to borrow some money from my parents, because I haven't been able to make it for myself, to start the new business, so on and so forth. And yes, that's me. I'm obviously talking from my experiences. Okay, so now what is happening over here is that when you are making this decision in your life, that brother, I want to do this, I want to become an entrepreneur, you fucking consciously make a decision, and you will bear with the fucking consequences of, man, I'm throwing music, social life, and all the shit into fire. Here it is, and this is like a piece of food. I'm putting it into the fire, ashes, never going back again. And so yes, this is what monk mode has been in my life for a long while. And so I've been doing monk mode because I was consciously isolating myself from that thing that I've been so much split from. I was a huge fucking chaos, and I needed to become the greatest order that I could humanly possibly be. And so this is why I've been doing those things. And so after that, I got to realize, which I would like to end up this little 70 minutes already discussion, that I've been blessed to realize, and especially that comment yesterday have been opening up my eyes, that man, you are just too much in order. And so if we are considering that order is pretty much, we do have a spectrum over here. If you are living too much in order, that is not good either. If you're living too much in chaos, that is not good either. And again, I don't want to sound like fucking Jordan B. Peterson, so let me just simply, again, take some examples from my personal life to present this shit. Chaos. You have 10 identities, you have 10 projects, and you're doing all of them. You're just pulling away, you're just distracting yourself from reality, from life, and so on and so forth. That's complete total fucking chaos. You do not know what will happen. You don't have a stable background. You don't have a stable income, so on and so forth. You're just unable to sustain yourself. Other part of the spectrum, total fucking order, who could be a guy from the damn Himalaya who's just going up there to 6,000 kilometers to live alone with zero fucking social contact. And so yes, I had quite a while. I've been living quite close to that point for a while, like zero interactions for a week and shit like that. So I've been experimenting with that. But I've been doing that shit consciously, brother. I've been doing that shit consciously, and I've been doing that thing because I chose to do that, and somehow my path had been leading me that direction. Because why? Because I've been following my shit, which I've been setting up for myself. Bro, you've been putting everything into the fire. You're an entrepreneur now. You do your shit. You do your shit. And so yes, you have some business problems, and you do not really know whom to call. And so you say that, man, like, I have to figure this shit out. This is life. And yes, so those places led me to pretty much have days when I really couldn't distract myself with anything. I just really needed to solve the fucking problem. Like, really have to figure that shit out. And not the type of the problems that, hey man, like, Google up how to solve your personal financial problems, or your personal relationship problems, or your personal tax or accountant problems. Man, you do not really know how to hire like, you know, your starter entrepreneur, so on and so forth. And so when we do have the spectrum, and we are either on the side that I've been talking in the beginning, that you're in complete chaos, then you're lost. And again, you're a fucking man. That is not your place to be at. You shouldn't supposed to be at chaos. Whereas where you're in place number B, which is, hey man, I'm so ordered that I'm not getting any kind of a feedback, then you're destroying yourself that way. Because, again, an isolated system, completely isolated from everything around it, will have a worse performance, or basically will have a worse performance than if it would be open. And this is true, and I can only come up from science with one idea or one theory from science. Ricardo, the guy who been figuring out in the 18th century, that the free trade is actually more beneficial than, so if we do have two countries and they are trading with each other, that is more beneficial for them if they wouldn't be trading with each other. So this is it. You can Google this thing up, so on and so forth. I will not be extending upon this. So this is one idea from science too, that isolated systems just simply do not work this way. I wouldn't like to come up with thermodynamics, because that's fucking not my field, and I'd be telling some fucking bullshit over here. I have a tiny glimpse of an understanding regarding to economics, but zero about fucking physics, unfortunately. So the point over here is that is also a scientific place too, and this is true. And I would say that perhaps this is true on a universal level. And since we humans are social creatures, and basically we being social and we being able to cooperate socially have brought us here. Again, this is a good one from Jared Damon's book, who basically he just expanded upon this idea that Western society didn't really become the best because we did have a certain type of a color, but basically because of the geographical features of where we've been living allowed us to just simply have more people at one place. So therefore we've been able to build a bigger system with more people, which had been led to greater prosperity, which is again from another book, Homo sapiens. We've been able to get here because we are social fucking creatures. So from every point that I've been able to see in life, and every single scientific, personal, every single place, I can say with the greatest confidence that if we are living in an isolation, that is not good for you, in a complete isolation. But on the other hand, I have to come up with this too. Nowadays, we unnecessarily are prone we don't necessarily have too freaking many information that is bombarded upon our hands. And so what is happening is that we just simply have this shit like social media, YouTube, this thing, that thing, this ad, that ad, so on and so forth, and we are just simply unable to focus. So this is also leading us here. And so we just simply do not understand our thoughts. We don't understand the actual depth of something anymore, because we are just so much overloaded with the information that we do not understand that shit anymore. And again, we do have this is why I've been also experimenting with OMAD, 1 meal a day diet, because I was at a place where I was like, man, I was eating so damn unconsciously. I want to really figure out like how food is. And so when you're fasting for 24 hours, which I do recommend for every human being out there, when you're fasting for 24 hours, then you're like, brother, this is the damn shit. When you're sitting down after 24 hours of a fast to eat your food, then you're starting slowly, you're chewing your food, and you are really understanding what does it mean to bring in nutrition inside of your body. It's not like you're hangover and you're eating a fucking burger, like a fake fucking food. Not like that. Different kind of an experience. And this is coming back again from really understanding something, really able to double down with something. And so for me, this journey was all about, like this part of the journey was all about to understand order. Because I've been coming from chaos and I couldn't really put this thing together. And what I do believe is that it is easier to live in chaos than to live in order. Because, why? This is a fucking universal law. Because guess what? If you are not doing anything, then chaos will be automatically creating and recreating itself. Unfortunately, I do not know the name of the theory, but this is how this shit works. Just simply think about it. You're living in your house. You're not cleaning your house for a month. Guess what? It will be fucking disorderly. Guess what? You're not cutting your hair for a month. Guess what? It will get disordered. It will grow away. You're not cutting this out for 2 years. Just think about it. It's like you have all these, like all this hair, all around you. You look like a fucking caveman. And so the actual idea over here is that keeping order is fucking hard. And this is why it's a manly endeavor, brother. And so this is why I'm talking so fucking much about discipline and doing the hard shit every single day. Because guess what? There's also another principle over here. Creating order from less chaos, it's easier than creating order from a greater chaos. So for example, again, if you do not clean your fucking room for a year, it is harder to put everything into order than if you're not cleaning it out for a month. Think about that. It's the same shit with your life. If you are not putting order every single fucking day and keeping on track every single day, or forget about this. If you are letting things to bleed into chaos more and more and more, meaning that you are just simply not facing with your problems. For example, you're supposed to be losing the fucking weight. You're supposed to be applying for a job. You're supposed to be starting that business. You're supposed to be texting that freaking girl. Whatever that might be, that's your personal damn shit. Then it is just harder and harder and harder. It gets harder and harder and harder to do that thing because we just simply have a greater and greater and greater and greater and greater chaos. And so I think that yes, Dr. Peterson he had a chapter in his book regarding to this. He's been referring about it as a dragon, like the dragon will grow bigger and bigger and bigger, and after a while it will be so freaking big that he will be all around in the house. So this is why we're supposed to be facing that shit, and I don't want to live with his ideas. This is why I would like to come up with ideas from my personal life and my experiences, and also from different scientific endeavors. Definitely different than his. If he could be referred as a scientist, which perhaps he has some endeavors to, think about that. So these are the topics that I wanted to touch upon over here, brothers. And yes, being orderly is fucking hard. Being orderly is fucking hard. Keeping up order with your soul and with everything is fucking hard. And yes, I do admit that monk mode, and at this very moment, me not having any relationships in my life, which I'm consciously let me phrase it properly. I don't really have friends at this very moment with whom I constantly sharing my day-to-day life or my life updates. I do have my brother whom I'm talking with mostly, obviously with my parents, and every 3 weeks, something like that. And above that, yes, I do have friends, but those are the old ones, and those are the ones whom we do have this common background with, but I just simply do not keep them updated. And so the people who I'm talking mostly are quite much like with my business partners, but they are partners. They are like, in business there is no friendship. This is also a great thing that I've been blessed to learn. It's like, business is not about friendships, bro. It's like about fucking financial transaction. It's not about friendship. It's like, I make money, you make money, good. I don't make money, you don't make money, we're not good. We don't give a shit about each other. This is how this thing works. And yes, at this very moment, at this place, I'm supposed to have some friends. Yes, this is what this fucking society is telling to you, and this is what normal is supposed to be. But since I'm choosing not to lean into this BS of, like, hey man, get a degree, have a job, work to your life, and then, wake. No. I just simply don't, I'm just simply not a believer in that. And so this might be perhaps the third thing that I forgot to mention, which my brother referred upon, is that I'm living in a fantasy land. And so that might be true. That might be true from if you're trying to look at from a certain perspective. A fantasy land, it might sound like a fantasy land for you to have a life when you are healthy. You do not really have friends because you're kind of going out there all the time and like traveling all around the world. You do not really have constant friends. You do have a partner, you do have a girl, but you don't really have this. And you're not necessarily isolated with society, but you're like not integrated into society. You're not civilized. You're like a wild motherfucker out there who just simply doesn't have, who just simply can't do that. He just simply doesn't give a shit. And so this is my ultimate thing that I'm pursuing. And this is the thing that I would like to stand up for, that it might sound like I'm not normal, because I'm fucking not. And yes, I do believe in all these endeavors that we can have something that we do believe in. Because again, and I would like to touch upon some philosophy over here. We have been born to this fucking planet to chase these dreams. And the more times I'm thinking about, hey man, I'm giving up upon this business, you might hear this again. I'm dealing with a cash flow BS situation at this very moment, with a nice fucking government BS that came upon my head again. Because why? Because I wasn't orderly enough to look at that place, because I was too fucking distracted with acquisitions that I didn't take enough attention on the accounting. And I didn't really have an accountant because I haven't been taking. Never mind. The point is that this shit did happen and I've been learning my lesson. But the point is that I just simply got into this place of, bro, like I supposed to just get a job and give up all of my dreams and all the shit. And I was like, man, and yeah, I'll be honest with you, like today I've been quite much writing my job resume, and I was like, man, like, are you fucking kidding with me? Like, you're, bro, like, it's like, man, like, I'm supposed to be the one, hiring people, but it's just shit. So it's like, it was like quite funny for me, because like, I'm used to running a business, actually running a business, and it's not like applying for a job. But yeah, like, if this is the shit that is required for me to get ahead, then this might be. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not afraid of getting my hands dirty. I'm not afraid of that shit, bro. I don't give a shit about that. But the point over here is that the more I've been thinking about, like, man, like, I've been thinking about, like, saying, man, like I've been working a job for 2 months or 2 weeks, sorry, it's 2 years and all that shit. Man, motherfucker, like, you've been building stores since you were like e-commerce stores, and you like a fucking teenager. Like, you've been doing all these things, and you've been like so inspired by all these things, like, and this shit again, like, eating 1 meal a day, like working out every day, reading, 1 book a week, like doing Nofap for a year, being celibate for a year, and all these things. It's like, doing something is fucking not normal. Like, this has been my driving force throughout my own fucking whole life. And there are people who are good with this shit. Like, this is my driving force. If I can talk about these stories, and if I can go out there and talk about this shit, and people will label me like, I'm abnormal, like, you're not normal, bro. Like, I'm the happiest motherfucker out there because I've been achieving my purpose. Perhaps because I'm supposed to be an actor, and I was like, man, like, I'm not one. So yes, like perhaps I would need more attention, you know, over here. Maybe like, and this is also another thing why I'm doing this channel too. So yeah, this is the philosophy that I would like to share over here. That, brother, we can have these dreams, and we can really get there. And the more we are doing, and the more we are eventually embracing the actual potential for us to be able to get there, the more closer we are getting to that shit. And I've been blessed to realize this, because for my condition, like, I was thinking that, man, like, can you wake up, work out, and work all day long, you know, like standing and like not eating all day? Can you do that? Like, is that humanly possible? Fucking possible, brother. That's it. Fucking possible. This is my lifestyle now. By the way, this is why I'm talking about these topics, and I will keep on talking about these topics, because I do think, and by talking about this also clarifies the whole purpose of this channel too, that, bro, yes, discipline is the building stone, and yes, there are some endeavors that can really elevate your life, because it is just so fucking easy to not do something and to just be in chaos than to be in order. And yes, I've been in this video, definitely have been walking around that fucking topic. And bro, if you've been watching this video, if you've been watching this video to the end, then I hope that you can get a greater understanding of myself or about me. And so I also do believe that going to the places that we are fucking afraid of is elevating our souls. Because guess what? When I got those comments, that I was like, man, like, you start questioning this, like, are you like a really bad motherfucker? I mean, like, in the bad sense. Maybe. Who knows? But I wanted to extend upon this topic. Hey bro, you suck financially. Hey bro, you look there, go there. Like, what is there? I'm afraid of that. Okay, go fucking there. Check what's there. And so, whew, let me finish off this video, because it started to get cold and I still need to get a cold shower done. By the way, yes, I'm a hobby David Goggins, brother. I'm a hobby David Goggins. You know, it's like that's why I've been so. That was a joke when I was like taking souls. You know, it's like that was a joke by me. By the, you know, what do I do for a living? It's like taking souls. You know. I would love to do that, but I do not have such a following, and I haven't done such crazy shit yet. So it's like I'm not taking souls. Some days I do though. Yeah. Brothers, keep on going and keep on doing your shit. And I just needed to really talk these things over myself, and regarding to this, because this is also part of this channel. So this is also dynamic. This has a dynamic relationship with this channel. So I don't really have a purpose of me, you know, like I starting this YouTube channel because I want to start a product, I want to sell a product of weight loss or some shit like that. I'm here because I'm a vlogger. Like, I want to be like a true fucking vlogger who really shares experience and try to be part of something, and maybe a voice worth listening to rather than an authority figure or something like that. Because I'm not there yet at any field, perhaps. Yeah, but no. If you would be professionally taking Nofap as a field, then I would be considering myself as a fucking professional, though. So, brothers, if you need Nofap advice, then I'll be taking it today only for $99, discounted from $500. DM me, brother. I fucking love you, all of you. Love.